Hi guys, Luckfuck here and welcome to another FIFA 20 player review, and in this video guys we're reviewing the 84 rated first inform Harry Maguire out at Manchester United. This is a fantastic card in terms of defensive stats and even some of his passing stats, to be fair, but certainly pace-wise is a massive put-off. I was able to pick him up for 20,000 coins, and that being his one-to-watch card, and in the 4 games that I put him with, he didn't score me any goals or get me any assists, and he does also have... getting into his... he does also have a 3-star big foot as well as 2-star skill moves. Moving along and getting into his in-game stats, his main standard stats are going to be his 84 defensive awareness, his 92 strength, as well as his 85 reactions, and finally his 90 heading, and I did also have the backbone chemistry style applied to this Harry Maguire card. And put it this way, guys. Listen, I thought defensive-wise, don't get me wrong, his defensive stats and his physical stats are very impressive. You even look at his in-game stats, and to be quite honest, he's got really good reactions and composure for a centre-back, and even his passing stats are very impressive for a centre-back. He's in the low 80s for both passing, for both his short passing and long passing, and even his vision isn't too bad either. The one downside that makes the card almost unusable, I'd go that far to say that it makes him almost unusable, is his pace. We're getting to a stage in FIFA that coins are not hard to come by nowadays. It's not like back in FIFA 14 and FIFA 15 where you get like 6,000 coins for going up through divisions. Nowadays we've got FUT champions with very good rewards. Even if you don't do that well in it, you got good rewards from division rivals. You got good rewards from squad battles. There's loads of ways to get lots of coins easily accessible to be able to go and afford good players. And this guy is just far off the meta. Even if this was day 1 of FIFA, I'd still be finding it really hard to say to you guys that he fit nicely into the team. And a lot of people will say, well, listen, why don't you put a Shadow Chem style onto this card? Well, a Shadow Chem style, for starters, costs well over 20,000 coins, as do most Chem styles that increase. I think the Catalyst Chem style is pretty expensive as well. But even, to be honest, even if you do put a Chem style to increase pace onto this card, it's not going to make him necessarily that much more quicker. He's still going to feel that, he's still going to feel really, really slow, in my opinion. I don't even think a pace Chem style would even fix the pace enough on this card. I just think he's well off the mark for it. And listen, I hate to start this video on a negative note, because what I will say is there were 2 parts of the card that I thought were actually pretty decent. For example, I thought his tackling was superb. He's got 84 defensive ones, 86 stance tackle, 81 slat tackle. All those 3 stats that I have mentioned both go into the 90s with the backbone chem style. That's fantastic. He made some very, very good tackles for me in the defense area. There was no question about that. Inside the box, came in with some crucial tackles. 100% couldn't fault that. Thought that was fantastic. Also, his strength is very good. He's a tall centre back. He's got 92 strength and 86 aggression, and that strength goes from 92 to 97 with the backbone chem style. He does feel very strong. He feels stronger than most centre backs that I've used in this game. For example, I had him paired up with the road to the final Gomez at Liverpool. This Harry Maguire card feels a lot stronger than Gomez. Obviously, Gomez on the whole is a much better card, but when it comes to strength-wise, Maguire was far better in that particular area. I thought he was fantastic, and obviously strength is a pretty important stat for a centre-back. So tackling and physicality, not a problem with this card, absolutely not. The main issue that I have with this card that makes him unusable certainly for FUT champions, it makes him unusable, in my opinion, realistically for division rivals, is his pace. He feels ridiculously slow to the point that it's just so difficult to use him, that a lot of the times, you come up against pacey teams with like a Naki Williams, just as an example, or maybe like a Jamie Vardy, and they'd run rings around him. They really would. It honestly felt sometimes that I had a 10-man team. It felt that, Gomez was the only central defender at times that could actually keep up with players. It was... It was very difficult at times to be able to use this card, to be honest. I would hate to use him in FUT champions. I hate it. I hate taking in a Marcel Desailly or a road to the final Gomez into FUT champions, but to take this card into FUT champions, suicidal. Suicidal, honestly. I don't even think a pro player would be able to do well with him in FUT champions, honestly. He's not up to standard, and it's as simple as that. And I think there's a lot of people that are watching this video that probably do have a lot of coins that can afford so much better than him. I think even cards like a gold Bailly of Manchester United would be better. I think a Rudiger would be better. Don't get me wrong, I think, yes, that Maguire is good in the defense stats, there's no question about that, and even some of his passing stats aren't too bad either, but the pace stat just makes him so difficult to use that even using cheaper gold cards that maybe don't have quite as high defending, but are a more overall balanced card than Maguire because he's got that much better pace. They're much more kind of easier to use than Maguire. And I don't want to criticize him too much because I thought he was decent on the defense side, but the pace was just such a massive issue for me when using him. And for that reason, I honestly can't recommend you guys buying this card in my personal opinion. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.